Efficiency only matters if you're doing effective work. And the analogy that I used was, if I have to dig a hole in my yard, a big, huge hole, I'm going to go, I can go to Lowe's and get the best shovel, ergonomic grip. I don't even know what an ergonomic grip on a shovel might be like, but I'm sure there's an ergonomic grip to some shovel out there, right? It's like the XT 2000 shovel or something like that, right? Really sharp blade, ergonomic grip. And I've got my new boots and I'm ready to go. And man, I am going to be so efficient. I've got my water bottle lined up. I got hydration, I got everything. I'm ready to go, man. I'm going to crush it digging this hole. And it's going to take me all day, but I'm going to be very efficient. Or you can make a phone call and have a guy come out with a backhoe, right? So there's a difference between efficiency and effectiveness. And so everything that I'm talking about today is predicated on the fact that you're working effectively, that you're doing work that matters, your highest value work. And if you don't know what I mean, go back and listen to last week's episode, because that talks about the difference between efficiency and effectiveness. We go deeper on that and how you can actually figure out what those things are for you that are effective, right? And once you figure those out, then it's about working efficiently, okay? Here's why we're talking about this. So many people get to the end of the day and they don't get nearly what they thought done on their to-do list. And they find themselves bouncing around from task to task, aimlessly working, all the while they know that their inbox is filling up, and they go back and they check their inbox constantly. And they always feel like they're wishing they had more time in the day, time to get to that real work that they know will move the needle. If they could just get this minutia done, if they could just get through these few fires that are burning, if I can just get these done, then I'll be able to get to the big stuff, the stuff that really matters. And then that never happens, because you never, ever run out of minutia. You always will have emails in your inbox. You always have a to-do list that is full. And so how do we actually get time to work on the most important stuff and be efficient whenever we're doing it? Now, I'm not going to share with you a lot of the tried and true things that you've heard about before, time blocking, the Pomodoro technique, eat the frog. Listen, I'm a fan of all of those. Actually, I don't do much time blocking. That doesn't seem to work for me. I know it works for some people. I get it. I always struggle with it because I might have 2 hours blocked off for a task, and it's like, wait a second, 30 minutes in, I realize there's this thing I need from somebody on my team, or there's some other roadblock, or maybe we get into it and it's like, gosh, I'm really rolling. I've got 2 hours blocked, but I don't want to stop because I'm deep into this. Let's keep it rolling. So I don't really use that, but I know a lot of people enjoy that. Like, I do some version of that, but Pomodoro technique, that's great. That is just generally this idea of blocking off 25 minutes. You do 25 minutes of undistracted work, and at the end you get a 5-minute break. I find myself, I can go a lot longer than 25 minutes. I go 45 minutes to an hour a lot of time if I have that amount of time blocked off. But I love the idea of a focus block and a break block. Eat the frog is just simply the idea of doing the hard thing first, getting the hardest, ugliest thing, eating the frog, right? That would be the hardest thing to do. If you got a frog to eat, man, get it done. Do that first thing in the day, and then you can, the rest of the day is easier. All right. So there's all these tried and true techniques, and I've talked about a lot of that kind of stuff over the years, but I'm going to talk at a higher level for you today, because when it comes to being efficient, a lot of people get caught in the efficiency trap. And I addressed this a little bit last week. People are trying to optimize the low impact task, but neglect the higher level, bigger, more strategic tasks. And the example I used was the idea of spending hours formatting a report when that time could have been best spent making a phone call that could have really moved the project forward. So I'm going to give you 7 things that you can do to help you manage your time better, to help you get more done, to help you be more efficient on the effective tasks that you're working on. I'm going to start with number 1 here. Have goals. Actually have goals. Like, oh, Jim, I was waiting for the magic pill. Nope, it's having goals, but here's the crux. You have to have micro goals as well. This is something we work on in our coaching program. We take the goals, the bigger goals, these might be a year, 2, 3, 5-year goals, and then we break them down into monthly goals. And you don't have to know every month, right? A lot of us in the program go month to month. I go month to month on most of these, right? I don't even know what my micro goal is going to be for next month. I know what the larger goal is, but at the end of the month, I go, okay, I've made this progress, this worked, this didn't work. Now I'm going to set the micro goals for the next month. Like, you hear sometimes some people who are pretty popular online, I'm going to mention a couple, James Clear, Ryan Holiday, saying they don't set goals. I don't want you to get caught in that, okay? So if you Google it, you'll find blog posts that they've written about setting goals. Okay, so sometimes you see them, people like that saying you don't need to set goals. Listen, I totally respect these guys. These guys are freaking full of wisdom. But sometimes they say things like this that is, they're just saying something in a different way, okay? They're talking about focusing on the process. That's what they're talking about. Now, if we go back to maybe the original or one of the original influencers, Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. If you've not read the book, it's a must read. You got to get that one. But one of the habits is start with the end in mind. That is a goal. You reverse engineer the process. You focus on the process, not the outcome. This was something that I learned the hard way in my wrestling career. Had, focused on the outcome of every match that I ever wrestled until my senior year, when I realized that's not working. So I let go of the outcome and focused on the process. Okay, this is what Ryan Holiday is talking about. This is what James Clear is talking about. Focus on that process, but you still have an outcome in mind, right? For them, it might be publishing a book. For me, it was winning a wrestling match or getting onto the podium at the national championships. You have the goal, then you let go of the goal and you focus on the process. What is the process that is going to get me to where I want to be in life? And you would never go on vacation without a destination, right? You wouldn't just get in the car and start driving and go, yeah, I don't know what direction we're going to go. Now, I did a vacation like that once. Actually, it wasn't a vacation. It was a 3-month adventure after college. I bought a one-way ticket to Houston, took a bus to the border of Mexico, and took a cab across the border. And I literally had 3 months and zero plan. But even with that totally open-ended vacation, I still had some general ideas of where I wanted to go. I wanted to go meet my buddy in Guatemala, and I did that. He was staying at a meditation center. We'll have a beer over that one sometime. But crazy trip. But even with a no-goal vacation, there was still a destination. There was still an end in mind. And so don't ever get caught in the trap of thinking, I don't need any kind of goal. I don't need a destination. You do need that in order to figure out what the process for you will look like. So have goals, have micro goals, track them, track your progress, and you will be more efficient. You will get more done. This will help you manage your time. Okay.